Hello, everybody. My name is Johnny Jetrod. I'm coming to you today with some hot topic news headlines, and we're going to go ahead and talk about these things because there's some really important, dangerous things happening in the world today. And I just want to cover some of these topics because we need to make sure that we can stay informed, stay on top of the news, and continue to know where our place is in the world as Americans so that we can stay strong and continue to defend our right to freedom and liberty. I just want to talk about Kim Jong-un over there in North Korea has decided to go ahead and shoot off another ICBM, and it was launched into the waters just off of the Japanese coast into an area that they considered was a exclusive economic zone. Now, if I look at a map, I can tell you that, no, you can't see the map I'm looking at, but it looks like the missile traveled in a northeast direction and landed somewhere off the coast of Sapporo, Japan. And they're stating, some of the Japanese officials over there are stating that the missile may have had a strike against military and civilian craft from the debris. And let me just go ahead and read this to you real quick. The government is investigating reports that boats and planes may have been hit by the missile, either directly or by debris as the missile broke up. It is unclear if the missile remained intact after it re-entered the atmosphere, so debris could have scattered across a large area, making a strike of military and civilian craft possible. Government agencies, including the military, are mobilizing to investigate, assist, and respond to the incident. So as you can see, you've got this missile fire. Kim Jong-un is definitely pushing the limits over there. And you got a statement from Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, said the launch showed the threat to his country was grave and real. He added that there was a need for Japan, the U.S., South Korea, China, and Russia to increase pressure on North Korea over its missile program. The missile launch came just after Japan had announced it would increase its sanctions on North Korea. Now take note, this was the first missile launch since July 4th from North Korea. Chief Cabinet Secretary Yoshihide Suga said that a North Korean missile flew for about 45 minutes and appeared to have landed in the Japanese waters, adding Japan absolutely cannot tolerate North Korea's repeated provocations. So we've got this stuff going on. North Korea is continuing to push the limits, continuing to just poke the big bear, I guess you could say, and see if they can provoke somebody into attacking them. I don't know what's going to happen with that, but I do know it's getting to be a pretty tense situation. Now we're going to jump on over to Iran. The Iranian government has jailed another American and sentenced him to 10 years in prison on spying charges on which he and the U.S. government have denied. The American citizen Zawi Wang of Princeton University was with a number of United States citizens who have been imprisoned in Iran on spying charges, and knowing that the Obama administration did little to free the individuals. And Obama's not the only one. You know, other presidents kind of just let them guys hang too, you know, but it just became real apparent because in recent history, Obama did really nothing to save these people. I just want to talk about this guy, though. The Clarion Project reported on this latest imprisonment, which gets little attention from the same American mainstream media that championed Obama's Iran nuclear deal. Uh, Zawi Wang, a 37-year-old graduate student in history at Princeton University, was in Iran conducting research into the 19th and early 20th century Iran Kahar dynasty. He was arrested while trying to leave the country last year in August. This person, who was gathering information and was directly guided by America, was sentenced to 10 years in prison. By the sentence can be appealed, Deputy Judiciary Chief the Deputy Judiciary Chief announced on state TV Sunday. I can't pronounce that guy's name, so we're just going to call him the Deputy Judiciary Chief. Mr. Wang stands accused of gathering highly confidential articles about Iran and U.S., highly confidential articles. So he's accused of gathering highly confidential articles. I mean, the way these Iranians are, man, that could have been a menu from a restaurant, and they could have called that a highly confidential article. But anyway, Mr. Wang stands accused of gathering highly confidential articles about Iran and the U.S. and Western institutions, including the U.S. State Department, Princeton University, Harvard Kennedy School, and the British Institute of Persian Studies. Iran has a history of imprisoning American citizens on seemingly spurious charges of spying. That goes back to what I was talking about when I said that highly confidential article could simply be something as ridiculous as a menu from a restaurant. I'm not saying it is. Don't quote me on that. I'm not saying that's what it is, but I'm just saying, hypothetically, Iran could imprison somebody, especially an American, and thrown away the key into a cell, hard labor, prison camp for the rest of your life to endure beatings, torture, starvation, isolation, and all that for stealing something hypothetically as simple as a menu from a restaurant. However, in the past, they mostly have arrested. However, in the past, Iran has mostly arrested American Iranian dual nationals, as well as dual nationals of other Western countries such as the UK. Prisoners, the families of both imprisoned, and diplomats told The Guardian last year that some are being held in order to be used as bargaining chips in future prisoner exchanges with Western countries. Aha! Bargaining chips. I'm going to stop right there. Okay. Now think about the bargaining chip. What did Obama do? What was he accused of doing? What was proven? Remember the pallets full of money, cash, money, flown into Iran? And then suddenly, we have a prisoner release. Remember that? And it was money that was not all American money. It was money, but it was not all American money. I tell you, man, Iranians think that they're going to be able to bargain with Donald J. Trump, and I just don't think that he's going to do it. I really don't think that our current administration is going to bargain with these people. I believe that the only bargaining that they might do is blow some shit up. The Iranians are in for a rude awakening. There's a couple other stories I want to go ahead and talk about, and I'd like to be able to go ahead and move right off into it, and we've got some time left on this particular segment. So I want to go ahead and talk about some other news, some other topics that are pertinent to today's relevant atmosphere, I guess I want to say, the political atmosphere on certain things that are happening out here in the world that people just seem to skip by. They don't want to pay any attention to it. How about our neighbors to the north? Canada. I like Canadians. I do, I don't got anything against Canada. But a lot of people are definitely speaking out against Trudeau for awarding a man who blinded a U.S. soldier in a beating $8 million. Conservatives have long noted that the strange ties between liberalism and terrorism. It seems that everywhere you turn, liberals who claim they're for freedom and equality support terrorists and violence. Yep. It's just crazy, One distinguished liberal who's been on the crosshair of the conservative media lately is Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada. Trudeau has a long record of pandering to terrorists and violence while simultaneously censoring anyone who speaks critically of them. In fact, he recently awarded Omar Khadr $10.5 million in Canadian dollars, or $8 million US dollars. Omar didn't win a Nobel Peace Prize, he didn't find a cure for cancer, and he certainly didn't create an activist group that changed the world. He didn't even invent anything. He hasn't produced anything. What Omar Khadr did was kill a U.S. soldier in cold blood and blinded another. He was subsequently sent to Guantanamo Bay, rightfully so. And he was only 15 at the time. But such violence and probable ties to radical Islam had to be dealt with. Despite this, according to Canadian laws, he should have not been sent there due to his age. But after he was sent back to Canada, Trudeau realized that they'd broken their own laws and decided to give him a compensation of $10 million. U.S. soldier that Khadr blinded, however, recently spoke out on Tucker Carlson's show. I like Tucker Carlson. He gave a powerful and moving speech in which has conservatives all over the nation both grateful for his service and enraged at the liberal pandering Trudeau. Yeah. Justin Trudeau, there you go. Liberalism at its finest. Mental illness, people. Awarding evil with good. The world is flipped upside down, ladies and gentlemen. We have got some strange things happening in the world today. And this is just another fine example of craziness in the headlines. I hope you guys enjoyed this broadcast. I hope you guys really did enjoy the broadcast. We're going to go ahead and close it down this evening. My name is Johnny Jetrod. I want to thank you for tuning in. It's been a wonderful podcast. I hope you come back for more. Thank you, America. Thank you.